Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of The Photograph. The Photograph follows a news reporter as he goes down the path of working on a story within Louisiana, speaking on the natural disasters that have struck the area. But in doing so, he finds himself going down a different type of rabbit hole, following the story of a female photographer from his interviewee's past. As he goes down this news story, he's introduced to May, the photographer's daughter, and more personal feelings start to blossom. I was conflicted with this film. The trailers looked okay to me. There are some chuckles, there seemed to be some chemistry, but I am just not a romance person. I'm sorry, I am bitter, I am jaded, and romance is a tough sell for me just personally. So I have that baggage on my own as a viewer heading into the movie. However, I love Issa Rae. I love Lakeith Stanfield. This film was written and directed by a woman of color, starring people of color, featured a more diverse cast, one that isn't awarded stories like this almost ever. For all of those reasons, I pretty much went in excited. I was hopeful that the talent here and just the subject matter, as simple as it is, how groundbreaking it is, gave this some enthusiasm. In the end, it was fine. So let's go ahead and talk about the positives first. Well, I need to start off with our two leads because they are both very good in this movie. Issa Rae is just this shining beacon in everything I have ever seen her in. I love her. I am drawn to her. She has this magneticism to her. She has this wonderful, personable atmosphere just surrounding her, this beautiful aura, and it's in full stride when it comes to this film. Lakeith Stanfield is always spot on, and here, yet again, he kills it. Even our supporting cast, we have Calvin Harrison Jr., who just came off a huge year. He is very fun in a different type of role. Teyonah Parris delivers a really understated but powerful performance. Rob Morgan, who is just a great underrated actor in general, is really top notch. All of our cast delivers in this movie. And then I have to shout out Lil Ray Howery, our comedic relief, and it worked great. I thought he was hilarious, and he was probably my favorite character. But really, maybe the most important aspect to a romantic drama or any romance film is chemistry between the two romantic leads, and they had it in spades here. Issa Rae and Lakeith Stanfield just clicked. It connected, it felt authentic, it felt real. You found your, whenever they were on screen together, you were sucked into the romance played out, and that's a huge factor and super important when it comes to romance. Now, Stella McGee is the writer and director of this film, and I think that the script is pretty solid overall, and the direction is solid as well. The aesthetic of the movie is beautiful, and I think that's where she most shines at, is just creating beautiful imagery before you. And you know what else was fire? The soundtrack. My girl, Chaka Khan, one of her songs is in the film, Patti LaBelle, Al Green, all of this music is just it's iconic and amazing. Oh, such a good soundtrack, and the score itself also was stellar. And I actually did find myself laughing quite a bit. Howery was top-notch comedic relief here. Issa Rae also delivered a lot of relief. Calvin Harrison Jr. was funny, and his boss was fun. So there was a lot of small laughs sprinkled in throughout the entirety of the film. So then, what doesn't work so well when it comes to The Photograph? Well, I think we spend too much time in the past, especially early on in this movie. We're just in that past tense too much, and I think it hinders our main romance. I wanted more time with Issa Rae and Lakeith Stanfield. I wanted to see their feelings and their relationship really blossoming, and instead, it feels like, wow, that was fast. And being somebody who's not taken aback by love at first sight or instant clicking and connection, I ended up feeling like, this was like, what, 3 dates? What are we doing? We're getting a lot of deep conflict and serious tones here for like 3 dates. So, as much chemistry as they had, I wasn't buying into where the film was taking me because we don't spend enough time with these characters. And the transitions don't really work in the fact that there's not really a consistency. We don't have Issa Rae reading her mom's letter and kind of trailing into a flashback. We don't have any sort of signal into a flashback. Sometimes it is reading a letter into the flashback, other times it just abruptly pops out of nowhere and we come back to a letter. It felt abrupt and it didn't, the storytelling just wasn't fluid enough. Plus, these were two highly independent films that do find a way to converge, but in a little bit of an over the top type of fashion that brings everything full circle. And that left a big message that this film was trying to say out there on the table, really not showcased. And that was the effect your parents have on you, and how we emulate our parents, and how their mannerisms and how they treat us rub off on the way we in turn treat the world. And I didn't buy it. I didn't buy that Issa Rae's character was her mother. We didn't get to see her mother as a mother, really. That also creates some sort of disconnect. We were telling two completely isolated stories, and the only reason we knew that they were related in any kind of way is because the script literally told us so. And I think we just could have woven it all together in a more cohesive way that built up to a truly satisfying conclusion rather than one that left me kind of just like, well, all right. And again, a lot of these negatives, I fully will admit, come down to my general feeling toward romances at large, especially Hollywood romances. But the middle really dragged out in this film. I found myself getting a little bit bored as we moved throughout that second act. I needed us to progress. I needed us to move forward in more organic ways. So a chuckle here, a chuckle there wasn't really sufficing. So overall, the Photograph was fine. I think it is a perfectly good romantic drama. If you're searching for something to see on date night for Valentine's Day, I don't know that there's a better option out there for you. However, if a romantic drama sounds like a bit of a slog for you, yeah, I would still give this a rental because, again, as mundane and as ordinary as the subject matter is, it's still remarkably a bit of a groundbreaker when it comes to 2020. So I definitely encourage this to get some sort of success so we can bolster up all types of films being represented across the board and not have it be a moment. And by the way, this is a huge step up, even in my middle of the road review, from the other film I know Stella McGee from, and that was Everything Everything. Ooh, no thank you. So, that is my review of The Photograph. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below, and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see The Photograph? And what is your all-time favorite dramatic romance? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!